Hey guys, I'm here with another perspective drawing tutorial. We're focusing on drawing houses and buildings using perspective. And in the near future, we'll be drawing landscape. So stay tuned if you're interested in this tutorial series. Create a horizon line in the middle of the page and place your two vanishing points as far apart as possible at the very corners on each side. Create a vertical line in the middle, right on the horizon line. I'm intentionally extending it downward below the horizon line because I want the view to be more from above the roof, but that's optional. Now to draw a house, we need to start by drawing a cube. Connect the top and bottom of this vertical line to each of the vanishing points. Then draw two parallel lines on each side of this line. How far your parallel lines recede back depends on how deep you want each side to look. You can place each of these lines at equal distances from the same vertical line to create a perfect square on each side, or position one farther away to create more of a rectangle. Both options are valid and optional. Next, as you learned in my previous tutorials, find the midpoint on this side. Then draw a vertical line passing through the midpoint. The length of this vertical line will determine the height of your roof. To draw the roof more precisely, we need to use an oblique vanishing point. Extend a straight line from the left side of the page and use it to draw your roof more precisely. The oblique vanishing point helps accurately draw slanted lines in perspective views. Next, draw two slanted lines from this oblique vanishing point that meet at the center, right on top of the vertical line. This forms a triangular shape for the roof. Repeat this step for the back of the roof as well. Now from the top of the front triangle, draw a line toward the right vanishing point to create the roof's peak. Finally, we need to add a visible edge to the roof to prevent it from looking flat. Draw a small horizontal line on the side like this, then draw a parallel line right next to this slanted line, connecting the small line to the top of the triangle. Next, draw another parallel line beside this one for the other side of the roof's edge. From the bottom of this line, draw a line extending to the right vanishing point. Mark the new edge of the roof at the back, then from that mark, draw a line to the oblique vanishing point. This completes the roof's edge. Carefully erase your construction guidelines. If you accidentally erase any of the main lines, simply redraw and darken them. I'm going to draw two more parallel lines along the front edge. This step is also optional. Now let's add doors and windows to our house drawing. First, mark where you want to place the door. Then draw a line angled toward the right vanishing point, followed by two vertical lines to complete the door frame. There's an empty space right next to the door, so I'm going to draw a window there. Start by drawing two horizontal lines. To do this accurately, align your ruler toward the right vanishing point. Finish the window frame by connecting the two horizontal lines with two vertical lines. Finally, divide the rectangle into three equal parts. Now let's move to the other side and clean up all these guidelines. We can add another door here, just like we did on the other side. I'm placing it right at the left corner of this square. Next, we can add a window to fill the empty space above the door. After that, I'm going to draw something like stair right in front of this door. To start, draw three horizontal lines angled toward the right vanishing point. One of the horizontal lines will be placed on the house and the other two in front of it. Draw a horizontal line from the left vanishing point passing through this point. Then draw the next horizontal line from the left vanishing point passing through this one. Next, simply draw two short vertical lines connecting these horizontal lines. Finally, draw one more horizontal line from the bottom of this vertical line back to the left vanishing point. Now you can erase the guidelines. I'm going to add a canopy above each of these doors and windows. First, we need to draw two slanted lines on top of each one of these doors and windows for the canopy. To do this accurately, I'll line up my ruler with the oblique vanishing point again. For the side of the house closer to the right vanishing point, I'll draw a horizontal line toward the right vanishing point to connect these two slanted lines. This completes the canopy. I'll do the same for the door. You can add a canopy to the other door and window on the opposite side as well. This time, connect each pair of slanted lines with a horizontal line directed toward the left vanishing point. Finally, erase these lines on top of the windows and doors that are transparent through the canopy. Now it's time to add frames to the doors and windows to give them dimension. Draw a parallel line next to the right edge of the door and window on the right side. And draw parallel lines next to the left edge of the door and window on the left side of the house. Also add parallel lines along the bottom edges of each door and window. You can enhance your house design by adding some details and shading. For example, I'm going to draw some wavy lines along this edge of the roof to give it a vintage rural look. This can resemble a gutter along the roof's edge. Next, I'll draw closely spaced parallel lines along the inner edge of the roof to suggest a wood pattern. Shade the roof by creating hatching. I do this by drawing some randomly slanted lines. This step is optional, but you can finish your drawing by adding more hatching and shadows beneath the roof edges and canopies to add depth. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next tutorial.